Tobi Bakare, and I am an actor. So the reason why I first got into acting is because I was invited to a part-time drama school called Identity Drama School, which is still running, so look out for that. I went there because I was told I was funny in school, and that kind of made me go, all right, cool, let me try the drama. Went to drama school and it was really, really good. Learned so many things. I was actually passionate about football before, and because the acting started to really hit me, I kind of pulled back on the football. And then I managed to book my first acting job at the age of 16, and that's when I was like, yeah, I'm now in. When I think about who has inspired me to become an actor, I honestly cannot say there is a single person. I think there are people who've increased my desire to want to act. So the first project I'd done was a play called Macbeth at the Arcola Theatre, and there was an actor called Danny Sapani who was playing Macbeth, which is the lead character, and I watched him whilst performing, which I probably shouldn't be doing, watching an actor while performing, but I watched him while performing, and I was blown away by how much emotion, how much energy, and how he just commanded the stage. And for me, that really made me go, okay, cool, this is something that I believe can really move people, and it just made me want to do it more. But to be honest with you, I already had the bug before that. So yeah, no inspiration, just feeling. If I'm to define the type of work that I do, or the type of work I try and do, I try to really capture emotions. You know, I think human emotions are so vast and so big and so grand. And so one thing I always say is that stories are unique, but emotions are universal. That's the reason why you can hear a story from, I don't know, the other side of the world, and you can still be taken by it because the emotions are consistent everywhere. So what I try and do is try and capture emotions in my art, whether that be when I'm coaching, I teach people how to express and emote, or when I'm directing, I'm looking for emotion. When I'm acting, again, I'm trying to play and capture those really miniature emotions. If I could do that, I'm happy. My life is quite busy, very, very busy. And because my life is very busy, I often have to find an approach to my work that makes sense. So if I have an audition, I'm going to read the script and I'm going to ask questions of the character. Why do you say that line? Why are you going to that place? Because once you get understanding with a character, you're able to sort of empathize, and empathy is a key thing in the work that we do. You can't empathize with the character you're playing, then you're judging your character, and it's like we don't judge ourselves, we empathize with ourselves because we understand ourselves. And so that's the big thing that I do with my approach. But outside of that, I find myself meditating on the character quite a lot throughout the day. So if I have an audition, I'm gonna read the script, do the work, and then I'm just gonna let it simmer in my brain for throughout the day. And that's how it gets grounded in my body. And that's my approach. That's part of being a professional actor, is that you learn so much about yourself. I mean, when you're playing other characters, you're continuously stepping out of your own skin or exploring emotions that maybe you don't normally explore. And what it does, it just teaches you about where you're balanced, or what your balance is. And that for me, I think is quite a beautiful thing as an artist. Yeah. So if I'm to think of the best advice I've been given, that's tricky. I think there's so much advice that you're given in this industry to the point where you can't really think of it. But I can say the worst advice I've been given, and the worst advice I've been given is let your jealousy and your competitiveness spur you on. And that sounds crazy because it makes sense, but if you build your career off being competitive, then even when you're at the top, you're still going to be competitive. It means you never get rest, and you never see the people around you as collaborators and partners in your work. You see them as competition. The tricky thing about acting is that you can't really be competitive because you're not in the room when another person's auditioning for a role. So you could only do your own job. So you could only focus on the character. That being said, one of the advices that I have thought about and been given to some degree is that an actor should not perform, they should present. If you're performing, you're going, look what I'm doing. But if you're presenting, you've prepared something behind the scenes and you're going, this is what I've prepared. And that means it's a lot more grounded, you have a lot more creative integrity, and it's just more healthier for you and for those who are watching. My advice for future actors is to find something consistent in your life. The acting industry is very inconsistent. Even if you're working non-stop, it's inconsistent. And what I mean by that is there are like you go from one job to another, you're meeting different crew members, different cast members, different directors, different styles of projects, playing different characters. Everything's always changing, so you need to find something that's consistent, whether it be a hobby, whether it be a community, whether it be family, whether it be a routine, and just try your best to find that, because then that's going to give you nice balance. And actually what it also does, it gives your art air. Art needs air, it needs room to breathe. So that would be my big thing. I would say the most significant thing or proudest moment I've had in my career, weirdly enough, is probably nothing to do with my career. I would say it's me being able to have a family, to have kids, to grow as a human being. I think, it's very easy to just run the rat race, be so ambitious that you put life on pause. And I think to be able to have achieved those things at my age, and still be working actively in the industry, for me, that's like my dearest thing. I think that's the most important thing I would say I've achieved.